Um, this live is not going to be long. Um, I wanted to process some feelings that I've been having. The reason why I have this glitter dress on is because I was playing around doing some I was doing a little cutting up on my story, feeling sexy on my story. I've been listening to a lot of like old school R&B today, like Kelly Price, Mary J. Blige, just a lot of my old school girls. I might cough a little bit during this live because I was outside running and I broke a sweat. When it's cold outside and I'm outside running. So that different temperature. So if I cough, gel, that's just I'm drinking some tea though. I'll be fine. It's just when you break a sweat, the temperature change and stuff like that. Oh, pores open and stuff. But I'll be all right. So anyway, I recently was on Baidu. And that's the only app that I ever be on, but I deleted the Baidu app about a week ago. So I was on Baidu, and I had met a whole bunch of dudes, but I only talked to one of them seriously, right? And so me and him had been talking on the phone every day for like 14 days. We went on a date, and then the second week we met up again and we hung out again. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, we coming up on the 1 year anniversary of my husband passing, and my ex partner who I was with before him, passed this month and on December the 3rd. I think the same day Cookie Tookie passed. So I really honestly was low key trying to distract myself a little bit because I didn't want to think too much about it. I felt like if I wasn't gonna get serious, like it wasn't sexual, I wasn't having sex with him. We talked on the phone for like 2 weeks. We went on 2 dates, and we never had sex. I really was taking it slow because I realized earlier this year I was putting myself in a situation to be used by men because I was vulnerable, and so I'm really trying to heal. Like I'm really, really, really seriously, actively, in the process of healing myself. Um, with the support of so many loved ones and friends who have gathered around me during this difficult time. And so I didn't tell him my status. Like I didn't tell him about, the diagnosis of living with the nothingness of the house in Virginia because I knew we wasn't about to have sex no time soon, so I felt like there wasn't really any of his business. And I'm taking my meds, so I'm undetectable anyway. But I really honestly didn't feel like it was any of his business. And a lot of times, like, it's like we live in a world where people feel like you obligated to tell everything about yourself when you first meet them. Like, I gotta tell you my status, I gotta tell you I'm trans, I gotta tell you all this stuff. So you could have all of these bargaining chips to try to manipulate me because of the way the world set up to put stigma on certain things. You already low key feeling like there's stigma associated with so many different aspects of my being, and these are like somehow this gives you like bargaining chips to try to be able to manipulate me, to try to get me to do certain things or try to behave or to maneuver in a certain way because you feel like somehow you got the ups because you're not dealing with the same things that I'm dealing with because you haven't lived long enough, basically, or you haven't been in, or you just didn't have to navigate that. You just basically this not your experience. So but low key you ain't gonna admit it, but low key you feel like you're better, or you feel like you somehow superior to me because you're not dealing with those same things, and you want to try to play mind games with me. Oh, you gonna love me, or you gonna be with me, or you gonna be in a relationship with me, you willing to deal with me. you willing to deal with me, and you want me to feel like, oh, just so thankful and so grateful, um because you're dealing with me. You know, that's it's not I'm not gonna deal with you. It's I'm gonna deal with you, but you should be lucky. You should feel privileged. You should feel thankful. And so I'm thankful that, you know, I did not, you know, bust it open and give, and this was the thing, like, you know, I saw the PP. It was perfect for my vagina. The sex would have been banging if we would have did it. It would have been so good. Like, oh my goodness, it would have been so good. I'm so glad I didn't do it though. I'm so thankful that I didn't do it. I'm so thankful that I didn't do it because I probably would have got feelings for him. And then he would have played in my face when I gave him the tea, and it just would have been bad. So I'm glad that I didn't do it. I'm glad that I'm becoming more disciplined. Like, it's been 8 days since I smoked marijuana, and he actually helped me to stop smoking. Like, literally, he really did. He helped me to stop smoking because I stopped smoking for clarity so I could make sure that I wasn't just, you know, letting shit slide because I was high. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't being gracious. I was being really authentic with my responses. So as I smoked, I started slowing down when me and him started dealing with each other. And I stopped the day before our second date, and that was when everything hit the fan. So we broke up that day. We stopped dealing with each other that day because, you know, he built a case when I spilled him the tea about my status, and he tried to be ignorant about it. Like, he tried to manipulate me. You know, like, it was like, I'ma still fuck with you, but it was this attitude of he doing me a favor, and, you know, I just, it triggered me. So we got into a big old argument, and needless to say, it didn't end well. And so the next day I was determined not to smoke because I realized I was going to be using weed as a crutch at that point. So I didn't want my nerves to get so bad that I was driven to weed, because one of the things that plucked me about him was he was 31 years old and he was chain smoking cigarettes. So his nerves was already bad. He was already using tobacco products to calm his nerves. And I was like, I don't want to be like that. Like, I don't want to need a substance or need something. I don't want to use food. I don't want to use men. I don't want to use drugs. I don't want to use anything. I don't want to have to use anything to help to bring me peace. I want to bring myself peace. I want to be able to find peace for myself. And so I'm really thankful for the experience, because after that I deleted the Badu app. And I think my New Year's resolution is going to be to go into next year not smoking. I'm taking it one day at a time, one day at a time. But I would love to not smoke for 2024. I would love to just take 2024 and be marijuana free. Honestly, I would like to take 2024 to be drug free. Because, you know, I do a little dibble and dabble recreational here and there. I would love to take 2024 to be drug free. I know I'm gonna have a glass of wine or a glass of champagne here and there. I'm not even about to lie and tell myself that I'm gonna go a whole year. But I've actually been nudging up off of the drinking too, because drinking is a gateway for me. When I drink, that's when I feel the greatest desire to smoke. So I don't want to be smoking like that in 20. I don't want to smoke at all in 2024. So I have to really, really, really be selective about drinking. Um, you know, pace myself with drinking. Definitely don't drink too much. because there's a lot of things that I want to accomplish in 2024, and I need to have a clear head. Amen, a woman. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful for all of the things that's been happening in my life. I could feel Aaron and Fricel with me, helping me, giving me strength, helping me focus. I'm finally starting to get my discipline back when it comes to my diet. Like the weed is processing out of me, and so my appetite is not as big as it used to be. I have more discipline when it comes to my eating habits. I could take my medicine and eat. I eat, make sure I eat a good meal to take my medicine. But then after that, I really, really have been trying to be mindful of what I eat. I try to be active. I've been stretching. I got a guitar. I'm teaching myself how to play the guitar. Like I'm really, really, really just trying to be somebody different, and just trying to just open up a new layer to myself. I'm so happy that I wrote my book. I got this book out of me. I want to do a children's book next. Like I'm feeling like I want my next book to be a children's book. I said it was gonna be some, salacious sexcapade, because I wanted to talk about Africa and all of that. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think my next book is gonna be a children's book, because I got a lot of children's stories that I wrote while I was in Africa that I want to publish. Two more that I want to add to it, and I think I'm gonna work on that next year. I'm gonna work on helping my mama get her book published, and I'm gonna work on publishing a children's book for me, and also get my 501c3 up and off the ground. Um, yeah. Um, Laylim Layler is not going to be Laylim Layler is that's not my plan for Laylim Layler. Like Laylim Layler is my spirituality, and I was thinking about turning my spirituality into a 501c3, but I don't think that that's what my ancestors want me to do, because the spirituality needs to be able to have the freedom to evolve and grow, and it does not need to be tied to a government that I feel like has wronged our ancestors. So that doesn't sit well with me, but I am working on a 501c3. I can't talk about the logistics of what it is right now, but I'm really happy with this. I feel good about this, and this is me rendering unto Caesar what is Caesar's and getting my cut. Amen. A woman, lay them, lay them. But that's all I wanted to talk about. I didn't want to belabor this live and be on here forever. I just wanted to do a check in. I love y'all. Be sure to get your copy of the book. Yes, Becoming Verbal, my personal Bible of recollecting reflections. It's got all of the poetry, all of our poems. It's got short stories. It's an amazing read. So make sure you get your copy. Get your copy. Get your copy. Love y'all. And you could go to Writers Republic and get it, and it'll give me more of a donation, more of a cut. I get. And you could go to and get the hardback copy. Come on, get a hardback. She out there in war. Hit her with that. Get a hardback. Yes. I love y'all. Have a good night. Later.